Welcome to Mike's Mr. October and More. Okay, here you go. Here is one of my newest acquisitions to my 66 top set, and that's none other than the rookie card of Hall of Famer Don Sutton and Bill Singer. And you can see the airbrush job there that Topps was infamously known for. So I'm really happy to obtain this card. It's a beautiful example of the card. And if you may or may not know, the set is infamously known to be not perfectly horizontal. A lot of times the horizontalness slants down or upwards, whichever you look at it. It's a beautiful example of this card. 4 sharp corners, just a beautiful looking card. So I'm really happy to have this part of my set. And I obtained another Hall of Famer from the 66 top set, and that's none other than third baseman, Cub player, Ron Santo. Another beautiful card, a little off center, it's okay. 4 sharp corners, beautiful condition. Photo taken at Shea Stadium. And talking about third baseman, I'd just like to give a shout out to the newest elected members to the Baseball Hall of Fame class of 2024. And that would be first third baseman Adrian Beltre. He got 95.1% of the vote. And George Brett's still the highest vote getter for third baseman. Then second is going to be Todd Hilton, 79.7. It's about time. Great hitter. And if you say something about Colorado with the air and all that, I don't believe in that. I mean, so what he played, you still have to hit the baseball. Great hand-eye coordination. So congratulations to Todd. And the third one is going to be Joe Mauer. And he got 76.1% of the vote. He won 3 batting titles. And they're going to join Jim Leland as a manager. So I'm going to be doing a special episode. It's going to be in 2 parts. And that's going to be the 1953 Topps Baseball reprint set. I have over 100 autographs that I obtained between 20 and 30 years ago when most, like basically all these players were alive. And unfortunately, most of them are gone now. So I'm going to switch around the camera and show you the autographs, and I'm going to give like a brief bio to the great majority of these players. They really don't get any much hobby love, and they're mostly forgotten, and some of these players you will recognize. So let's switch around the camera and take a look-see. So here we are, the first autograph from the 53 Topps reprint set that I was able to get for a player is Gordon Goldsberry of the St. Louis Browns. Second player, Don Pillette, or number 22. And he was a World War II vet, and actually his father played in major leagues, and his name was Herman Pillette, and he played for the Detroit Tigers. Next player is going to be Jim Herman of the New York Giants. And he is also a World War II vet, and he was in the U.S. Army. Next player, Mickey Vernon. And I'm sure a lot of people, you know who Mickey Vernon is. I'm doing too well here. It's not that easy to do. I'm new at it. So anyways, Mickey Vernon won 2 batting titles, a 7-time All-Star, World War II vet. And he actually holds the major league record for double plays as a first baseman, 2,044. And he was the first manager of the expansion Washington Senators back in 61 to 63. Okay, and the next player is going to be Carl Scheib. And when he broke into the majors, believe it or not, he was only 16 years old. That's it, 16. So could you imagine yourself or your kid being in the majors at the age of 16? Next player is going to be Billy Hitchcock. And he is also a World War II vet in the U.S. Army Air Corps. And he obtained the rank of Major. And he was a manager for the Baltimore Orioles when Brooks Robinson played back in '62 and '63. And he also was a manager for the Braves and the Tigers. Next player I'm going to be showing is Wally Westlake. And as you can see, we're number 31. And he is also a World War II vet. One-time All-Star, and yes, he had a brother that played in majors, and his brother's name was Jim Westlake. And actually, he hit for the cycle twice, believe it or not, in a game. Next one is Willard Marshall. And he was a three-time All-Star, also a World War II vet. In 1947, he had a real great season where he had 36 home runs and 107 RBIs. Next one is going to be Irv Noren of the New York Yankees. Let's see if I can put this up like this. Not too good at these tripods here. I'm going to let it slant. One-time All-Star. He was a two-time World Series winner. And he also played in the NBA. It wasn't called the NBA back then, but it was the predecessor of the NBA. Okay, next player I'm going to be showing to you is Detroit Tiger, Ned Garver. And Ned Garver is also a World War II vet, one-time All-Star. And now this, he holds a special place in history, a dubious honor. He is the only 20-game winner for a team that lost 100 games in a season. And that was none other than the St. Louis Browns. So when we talk about Steve Carlton, with the Phillies, got to think of Ned Garver, a 20-game winner for a 100 losing team. Next one is going to be Eddie McCassis. Put him here. Okay. Ed is also a World War II vet in the Navy. He broke into the majors at the age of 17. And he was also in 2 World Series. Take these out and put them to the side so I have some space. All right. So the next player I'm going to show you is Sally Hemus. As you can see, we're number 7. So when I had them autographed, I asked them for their uniform numbers. And Sally, he was the last manager alive to manage in the 1950s when he passed away, and that was with the Cardinals. Alrighty, the next player is going to be Hal Jeffcoat of the Chicago Cubs. Okay. Let's see, there you go, Hal. He had a brother who played in majors by the name of George, who played for the Dodgers and Braves. Now, Hal, he had a great breakout game in his first game in the majors leagues. He went 5 for 6. Can you imagine? In your first game in the majors, you'd be 5 for 6. It's really amazing. It's probably a major league record. Most base hits in their first game. It'd be interesting if anybody else got 5 hits in their first game. Anyway, next one is going to be Detroit Tiger, Johnny Groth. Now, John has the honor of being the last player to score a run for the St. Louis Browns in their history. They scored the last run in Browns history. Now here we go. You may have heard or not heard Hank Sauer, not Hank Bauer, but Hank Sauer. And he was an MVP, and he was a two-time All-Star. And in 1952, he had 37 home runs, 121 RBIs. And in 54, he had 40 home runs. 3 times he had 100 RBIs or more, and also a World War II vet. I think it's, you may have heard me mention that these players, World War II vets, is, cannot forget their service to our country. Can never be forgotten. That's why I bring up the subject. Next one is going to be Gene Hermanansky, or number 22 for the Chicago Cubs. Let's see if we can get him here. Okay, and he's a Seton Hall University graduate and also a World War II vet. Okay, here we go. Bob Wilson, catcher. And he was behind the plate in 1959 when Jim Bunning threw his no-hitter. Okay, let's see if we can get that right there. Okay, next one is going to be Sid Hudson of the Boston Red Sox. He wore number 15. Okay, there you go, Sid. Also a World War II vet and a 2-time All-Star. Next player is going to be Vern Benson. By the way, this is the first time I've done a video with this phone. It's a brand new phone. So actually it focuses a lot better. See? Okay, so we're going to put Vern over here. Okay, Vern, he's also a World War II vet. And he managed 1 game in the majors, and that was for the Braves, and he won the game. So he has a perfect record. That was back in the 70s, if I remember correctly. Next player is going to be New York Giants Sam Calderon. I'm not sure which stadium that is. I guess it might be the Polo Grounds in the background. But I just love this set. I don't think I have any cards from this particular year, to be honest with you. But Sam is he's going to break the mold here. He's a Korean War vet. So there you go. Okay, now this gentleman is part of baseball history, and that's Bob Kane of the St. Louis Browns. He put best wishes. Now, I don't know if you know what his part in baseball history is, but he was the pitcher, and this event occurred on August 19, 1951, when owner Bill Veeck sent up Eddie Goodell as the batter. And as we all know, Eddie was about 3'6", and Bob walked Eddie on 4 pitches, and he is also a World War II vet. And what's really, really sad is, you know, Eddie died a tragic death, but what's really sad, Bob was the only major leaguer to attend Eddie Goodell's funeral, which is really sad. Next player is going to be Joe Coleman. I just love this this baseball card set, and that's why I was able, you know, had these players sign these cards for me. And Joe is also a World War II vet and a 1-time All-Star. And the next player, I'm sure a lot of you are going to be familiar with, and that's Bob Friend. And I'm just going to show you the back side of the card. I'm sure most of you know what the back side of the card looks like. Okay, Bob Friend was in 4 World Series, and no, excuse me, he was a 4-time All-Star, won the World Series, as we know, 1960 ERA title, and he was a 1-time 20-game winner. Okay, this next player I'm going to show you is a part of history on that game with Bob Kane and Eddie Goodell, and that's Jim Delsing of the Detroit Tigers. Now, Jim, on his part, he was with the St. Louis Browns at the time, and he was the pinch runner for Eddie Goodell. So could you imagine Eddie trying to run the bases from first to second or something? But anyways, Jim was the pinch runner for Eddie Goodell. And he was the center fielder for the Detroit Tigers at the time, and he was replaced by rookie none other than Al Kaline. And my next player autograph is going to be Gil Cohn of the Washington Senators. And my next autograph is going to be Walt Dropo. I'm sure a lot of people know who Walt Dropo is. Played for, he broke in with the Boston Red Sox, and he had a fantastic season. His second season, I think it was. He was Rookie of the Year, 1-time All-Star, and in 1950 he hit 34 home runs and 144 RBIs. So I take it that Fenway did him well, but after that he really didn't have any great seasons, just dropped off. Next player is going to be Cleveland Indian Bob Kennedy. These cards are so beautiful. Even it's not the original set, but I love them. They're so much better than the new modern day card sets, I believe, with the glossiness and everything. But anyway, these are glossy. These are made, but you get the gist, the original set. But the next player I have is Willard Nixon. I don't think he's any relation to Richard. He wore number 21 for the Boston Red Sox at the time. And the last autograph I'm going to be showing you for today, since I'm going to do this in like 3 parts, I've decided, since I got a lot of autographs and I don't want to be running too late, is the next one is going to be John Lepone of the Boston Red Sox. Okay. So anyway, I hope you truly enjoyed watching my autographed 3-part series of the 53 Topps set of players that autographs that I obtained. So if you'd like to, leave some comments and give a thumbs up. And thanks again for watching Mike's Mr. October and more.